Hey friends, welcome back to my Yam Pottage series where I explore the 4 different ways to enjoy this beloved Nigerian classic. Today's pot brings us the familiar warmth of Asaro, that rich tomato-based yam pottage that hugs the soul. In this version, I have mashed about 80 to 90% of the yams, leaving just small tender bits for texture. The sauce is smooth, thick, and richly flavored, with less oil, more tomato, and that deep, comforting taste every Nigerian knows and loves. Watch till the end to see how texture balance and patience comes together in the perfect Asaro pottage. So the ingredients we'll be using for this Asaro are yams, tomato base, crayfish, smoked fish, vegetable oil. For this recipe, I decided to just make it plain like this at the beginning, but watch till the end to see what happened. So first, we'll peel our yams. After peeling them, we'll cut them into sizes of our choice. I have cut mine into small sizes, and this is because I want to cook my yams faster. So after I have peeled my yam and cut my yam, I'm going to wash them twice in the water to remove excess starch from the yams. So into a pot, I'm going to be putting vegetable oil, and we're going to be implementing the same cooking style as we use for the farmer pottage. So to that, I've added some chopped onions, and then I'm going to add some chopped dried crayfish, and then also add palm oil. In the previous slide, there was no palm oil among the ingredients. This was just an afterthought, and this is going to give it a different flavor. So to this, I'm also going to break in my smoked fish and then allow that fry. To this oil, I'll be adding my tomato. You can see the quantity of tomato I'm using, and you see the quantity of yams that I'm using. So I have covered that and allowed to cook for some time, about 2 minutes. I'm just checking my pot to ensure that it's not burning. At this point, I was checking if the tomatoes has lost some of its acidity at this point after being fried for some time, and it seemed to be okay. So if you're frying your tomatoes and it hasn't started developing some of its sweetness, then you need to fry a little bit more. So since I'm satisfied with that, I've added some seasoning powder to my tomato base, and to that I'm also going to add some crayfish seasoning powder. I'm also going to add some stock cube to this. For this particular pottage, I'm not using any stock whatsoever, so I'm just going to use the stock cube to build flavor. Now when we put in our proteins, it's going to absorb all these seasonings in the tomato base. So just mix that up, make sure that your seasoning cube has melted properly and is well incorporated. At this point, I'm going to add my yams as we did with the farmer's pottage, and we are applying the same method where this cooks under low heat and the yams absorb the tomato. So that's what we're trying to achieve with this particular pottage, our Asaro. So mix that up properly, mix it properly, and then cover, allow that to steam. After some time, this is what our yam pottage is looking like. To that, I've added some crayfish, blended crayfish. For this recipe, I'm not using too much of ingredients. Well, that's what makes it different from the other one. One will have more fishy taste than the other. If you notice, I didn't put any smoked fish yet. I haven't put any smoked fish yet, but I will. Just keep watching and see how the end turns out. After some time of cooking, this is what our yam pottage looks like. The oils are beginning to float to the top, and if you see the yams, they are absorbing the sauce. You can see that I tried to mash the yam with a spoon. It's a bit hard, so I've added water to our yam, and I'm going to mix that up. Like I always say, taste as you go. Taste as you go, so that you can adjust the seasoning if you are not happy with how it's tasting. Taste as you go. So I'm going to cover that up again and allow that to cook. After some time, I went back to check my yam, and at this point it was cooked. So I just got my pestle and then just pressed down straight in the pot. That's all you need to do, just push down straight in the pot. And then I'm going to mix this together. When I mix this together, I realized that I still need to mash some yams, some more yams, because we're going to be mashing like 80 to 90% of the yams. And so I decided to press down with my spoon, and they were easily giving way because the yams were fully cooked. So you can decide to mash up to 80%, or you can decide to what level you want your asaro. So at this stage, I am satisfied with the consistency of the asaro. Yeah, and I'm just still mashing more and more, but I'm satisfied with the consistency of the asaro. Asaro is supposed to be mashed down, but it should still have some texture in it. Now this is where I add my smoked fish, because I don't want it to disintegrate in the pot. So I just add it at this point and just allow that sit just for a little bit. I would suggest that if you're not serving this immediately, that you add more water to your asaro, so that by the time it cools down, it is not immediately stuck, like very hard. I have just added some ugu leaves, and in the slide where I was showing the ingredients, there was no ugu leaves here. This was just an afterthought. It's just, you can see how little I've put. I will be adding a little bit more, but it's not very obvious. So after this, I'll still be adding more vegetables. This is literally the whole video about our asaro. Let me hear in the comment section how you make your own asaro. Do you like this? Do you like the farmer's pottage, or do you prefer the gentle pottage? I didn't show where I served this up, but this is it about the video. As always, thanks for watching. If you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, like and share this video. Till next time, keep exploring. Bye.